Hello there, my Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. How are you today? I am your reader for the moment because there are a lot of readers on YouTube. Markangela Lyons, Mal for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions for 21 years. Yeah, I've had my own production company that long. Now we're producing YouTube videos, go fig. And a professional witch. So if the witch thing freaks you out, sorry, born this way. And gay, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Get your gaydar checked if that shocks you. Considering we are talking about Libra, the 7th housers, right? When the moon is in the 7th house, duck and cover. This is an extrapolation of a reading that I do for myself quite often in relationships, usually sexual, romantic, but not always, called, well, when I do it, I call it me, him, us. But in this case, because we're keeping it general, me, them, us, and the them need not be a person. It can be a place or a thing as well, because they're nouns. Noun's a special kind of word. It's everything you've ever heard. Raised on Schoolhouse Rock in the 70s, pretty much. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Libras. You're going to get the first line horizontal. The them is going to be the second line, and the us will be the third. So it's you plus them equals us, right? But we're not going to build them horizontally, we're going to build them vertically. So we're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype cards. All the decks that I'm using are in the links below. I actually keep my description box rather tidy. In other words, I'm pretty much editing it every time. So this time I added a PayPal Me feature. You don't need a PayPal account if you'd like to tip me, if you'd like to tip me. Tips are always welcome. You know, a boy can go a long way on tips. But along with that information on getting a private read with me, either in person, if you're on Long Island, I'll go Manhattan to Montauk if the money's right and the time is worth it, and if the guidance is there to do it, gladly. But if not, if you are far away or just can't make it, if you're on Facebook, I'll gladly do Facebook video message. They're so much fun to do. They're little mini productions for me. I really enjoy them. But I have Skype and, you know, whatever works, as well as the good old-fashioned telephone. I have a landline still. Can you imagine? Yeah, I don't give out my private number. I don't give out my cell phone number. Boundaries, right, Libras? Okay, so we're going to dive in. Bless the decks, feeling lovely, feeling strong. Let's see how you're doing in this relationship for the remainder of September, shall we? Let's take a deep breath. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. Yeah, I'm feeling good this morning, guys. I feel ya. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and higher selves, please. One card for the Libra collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in this relationship for the remainder of September 2019. That one, you got it. Yes, witch, we got the goddess card. Now I say we because I have my Venus in Libra. Feeling my oats. I will read the light and shadow attributes once I get all three of these out. Now for the other pantheons, my friends, my guides, my gods, my lovers in the invisible. At least they return calls. Please, one card for the other, the them, in this Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, on collective relationship for the remainder of September. Ooh, the goddess and the femme fatale. We got really two very strong. Well, interestingly enough, the goddess archetype is obviously in the feminine family, but the femme fatale is in the wild card. You never know what you're going to get with femme fatale. You never know what you're going to get with any archetype. So let's, at this point, just say that bodily gender, we're not talking about it. Doesn't matter to me. I'm reading a collective of thousands of people, so we got all sorts in there, don't we? And that's a good thing. So let's just say at this point, we got a lot of femininity on the table, but I don't necessarily mean effeminate, right? Men, because of their men watching this, well, I don't want either one of those, right? You butch thing, you butch Libra. No, that there's a very, very powerful thing there if you are the other, if you're cross-watching. So let's get one for the relationship overall. My pantheons, please. My pantheons, please. For the collective, for the relationship itself, for this, I have it right in my hand, I know. The Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for the remainder of September 2019. Oh, the Midas Miser. Ooh, what an alchemical card about hoarding and whatnot. It's about Hordak, Princess of Power. So let's look at this goddess card for you all. All right, the light attribute, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, right? It's like, that's the divine feminine. Can you get more divine feminine than the goddess? And we just love the goddess because we all come from the goddess. And to her we shall return like a drop of rain flowing to the ocean. Shadow attribute, exploitation of the female nature and form, not great, right? So exploitation, when you're exploiting yourself or letting yourself being exploited. Now, Marilyn Monroe comes directly to mind. Gotta say, what do we call her really? The goddess, right? Because she was truly a face of Aphrodite in both light and shadow. Now, let's talk about a little Persephone here. A little femme fatale. People forget, right? Persephone as a goddess is very much a threefold goddess. She's the maiden of spring, Kore, K-O-R-E. And then she's the summer lady at her most deadly, right? The height of the sun. Yeah, flowers grow wherever she walks as spring maiden, but as summer lady, yes, she's wonderful. She's brilliant. She's warm, but she's also like deadly, right? Like forest fires, like spontaneously starting by the heat of the sun, heat stroke, right? Dehydration, sunstroke. Yeah. And then where is she for 6 months? Where is she in her dominance? 6 months underground as Queen of the Dead. Gotta love that. I love her so much. So really the other in this one, oh, I forgot to read the thing. I tangented. I am reading an air sign, aren't I? Light attribute highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. And you know what? You need your dependency rejected in order to find your, that power. It opens your heart, the femme fatale. It's like, okay, in for a penny, in for a pound, let's see what's next, right? I mean, you don't need my dependency. I don't need your dependency. This codependency thing is being destroyed by these energies coming in. We are transitioning from a third dimensional consciousness of the illusion of separation. You can't have dependency without the illusion of separation, and it's an illusion anyway, right? Moving through the fourth dimension of time, it's taken time to heal, it's taken time to clear out all these purifications, this emotional exorcism, this embracing the shadow work been going on for so long. A lot of us have been traversing through the fourth dimension from the third, sort of a crossroads dimension, move us into the fifth, unity consciousness, right? So absolutely, it's about claiming your power. But shall we shadow? The shadow attribute of this one, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. So the other in this relationship, fatal, like it's femme fatale. There's something fatal here in the shadow if the attachment to money and power is too much, where they have the ability to really move their erotic energy in a new direction. So I'm going to say just off the bat, really good for a female-female relationship if you're watching. But even if it's not, if it's male-male or, male-female, who cares? That there's a real thing going on here. I mean, otherwise, why would I be reading it? Can you imagine reading it? It's like, you're fine. Next, right? Who would watch it? Who would care? But now here, the relationship itself, holy crap, the Midas Miser. If there was ever a card that symbolized alchemy, other than the Alchemist, which is in this deck too, it's the Midas Miser. Now, you might know the story of King Midas. Dionysus granted him a wish. He wanted everything that he touched to turn to gold, and then he realized he couldn't eat or masturbate, right? And his children, right? Are you going to touch anybody? Ass, right? So, stupid wish. But leave it to Dionysus to be literal just to prove a point. Yeah, I've experienced that with him. So the light attribute, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. So there's generosity, entrepreneurship, that this relationship, the two of you together, really has the potential to turn lead to gold. But we also have the potential here of the miser in its shadow. Now it's true, every archetype has lead and gold, light and shadow. But this one, ready, hold your breath, or don't. Hoarding money and emotions. Hoarding money and emotions Obsessive fear of losing your wealth. So what is that about? That's about insecurity, but that's what the relationship is sort of evolving and healing through the rest of the month of September. I would suggest, regardless of which one you identify in this spread, whether the goddess or the femme fatale, right? We got the goddess, the femme fatale, but the overall here is, will you alchemize this into gold? Will you take the setbacks and turn them into springboards? Will you be generous with your emotion? And maybe your money, maybe not. But also we look at here with this, did it with the wrong card, so hard doing it in reverse, that the femme fatale attachment to money and power, right? Attachment to money and power. So that's kind of spelling itself out there overall. Just really, if you're the goddess in this one, really watch out for that femme fatale. And if you're the femme fatale in this one, I really suggest you check yourself before you wreck yourself, because I have a feeling this goddess will not be wrecked, right? It's like she's connected to the divine feminine. And the femme fatale probably has that capacity to tune to and embody the divine feminine within themselves as well. It's not always a divine masculine, divine feminine thing. Although I'll be honest with you, I got some guidance this morning. I'm going to start doing extended reads on Vimeo. I see other people doing it. I've had a Vimeo Pro page for 3+ years now. So I'm going to start doing extended reads, particularly for the new spread that they're giving to me bit by bit, the True Lovers spread, which I haven't even talked about. So I might be doing one video called Clarifying True Lovers, and I thought you would like that, Libra. You balancers, you. So let's ask the angels here. Please, my angels. I feel you. My angels, please, one card of clarity for this goddess archetype, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in this relationship for the remainder of 2019. Oh, balance. Yay. So we're right on target, right? Libra, what's your key word? Balance, right? Balance, balance, balance. So, you know, you're coming into balance within yourself. You're coming into balance with this relationship. I'm going to lay all the cards out before I start making any summations, though. Please, same thing, my angels, for the other in this. I feel you. That one. This Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign relationship for the remainder of September 2019 is celebration. Well, okay. So that there's something, you know, being celebrated here on this end may have something to do with you, Libra, may not. Just to know that they're in some phase of celebration. Celebrations are usually at the completions of things, right? Even though birthdays are about, just using that as an example. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Libras. We're coming into your season. I'm a Virgo, so I really had a wonderful birthday. I wish you the best and the blessed birthday that you can possibly hold in your body, right? But that maybe there is something wrapping up here, or something, you know, old cycle ends, new cycle begins, something worth celebrating for them. So if you're not in on that, something's up, right? So overall, angels, same thing, please, for this Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign relationship for the remainder of September 2019. Forgiveness. Now, what's interesting, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I am a student and a teacher of A Course in Miracles. Go on my Vimeo channel and all sorts of stuff in my back catalog from years ago. Not like Course in Miracles gets old. Unity consciousness. That it's all about forgiveness, that the miracle that the Course in Miracles talks about, it's not about shifting the physical world. It's about shifting your awareness from a thought system of fear to a thought system of love, from a miser to a Midas. So that's an overall purpose going on here in this relationship. So here we go. We've got you, my Libras, in balance. We've got them in celebration of some kind, and yet the overriding dominant angelic message here is about forgiveness. And do keep in mind, forgiveness doesn't mean the form of what they did was okay. It just means that the content came from pain, whether it's you forgiving them forgiving you, you both forgiving each other, you forgiving the relationship, because in a way it's an entity unto itself. And it is alchemy. It truly is. If you look through the lens, the symbolic lens of spiritual alchemy, that is the only thing that turns lead to gold in a way that remains, right? If you learn your forgiveness lessons. Let's ask the gods. Now I'm wearing the totem of Aphrodite, my goddess who sits in the throne of Libra. It's an Alexandrite, and yes, it was my wedding ring from my first marriage, but I buried it in the earth for a year and a day, a really long time ago. And it's Alexandrite. Venus and Libra. I'm giving that out, right? And I wear it on my right hand. And this is the Eros's bow, her son. So those two share. So that's why, you know, my Libra, my Venus in Libra is very romantic, very diplomatic, very sensual, sexual, all that. Can't help it. Built in. It's just how I think. Conjunct Mercury. It's also how I talk. Pillow talk. Pillow book. Google that, the pillow book. Let's ask. I made Aphrodite giggle. Like bubbles on the sea. Please, my gods, one card in clarity for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in this relationship for the remainder of September 2019. Top card. Gotcha. Okay, focus. Now, what I love about Daughters of the Moon Tarot, look, this would be the Three of Swords. Ain't nobody's heart getting sword puncture. No, 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 no. This is about focus. I always felt that the Three of Swords for heartbreak was so literal because even in the Rider-Waite, it doesn't actually break, right? And if it was heartbreak, wouldn't that be a cup, right? Wouldn't that be a water sign, like emotional? No, it's about focusing on the emotions, perhaps, or focusing on something. That Three of blades, swords in this case. And I know a lot of readers say, oh, the third party, third party, third party. Maybe, but also remember third party can be work, right? In a relationship, need not always be another person. Can be another place or thing, right? Because they're nouns. That's called a theme, folks. My gods, please, Aphrodite and Eros, balance these scales here for us. For the other, what's going on here with this femme fatale in this, I said Virgo, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for the remainder of September 2019. All right, well, they've got celebration in play. So if they're just off having a good time, great. Hey, blessed be. You know, may they find what they need, the femme fatale. But you're in this place of focus and balance. So we'll see. Well, I'm not using clarifiers for this. They tend to go too long. I'll save that for the longer reads, the ones that go an hour. But without drawing any main conclusions here, I'm not seeing a walk away necessarily. I'm not seeing anything of that kind. Is this romantic, sexual? Possibly. Goddess and femme fatale, though. It could be mother-daughter. Again, I don't want to put gender into it, bodily gender. But there's some stuff going on here, obviously, where you seem to be more focused on your own balance, at least from the divine feminine point of view, perhaps balancing out your emotional field, you know, purging, forgiving, right? Do the forgiveness work for you. Start there. But then this other, in this place of, you know, seduction and erotic energy and celebration and play, it just doesn't seem like you're both on the same page. So, my goddess, my god, my Aphrodite, my Eros, please, one card of clarity for this Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign collective relationship for the remainder of September 2019. And you're not going to know because it's the High Priestess, the card of mystery, the card of secrets. Not, well, maybe there are heavy-duty secrets going on in this relationship. What relationship doesn't have its secrets? I mean, if they don't have secrets, they have really good coping mechanisms and therapies in their tool belt, which, blessed be, Lord knows I do. But to know that, particularly that there's this focus could be about you really learning what your emotions are about, what's at the core of things in order to find balance, right? They're kind of in this place. And you know what? I love Bastet, the Egyptian solar cat-headed goddess, right? Six of Flames, that there's something balanced and playful there too. So really there's even a balance mirror there with that, right? But then with this celebration too, while you're in a place of focus, that's hit me right in the solar plexus is womp womp. What's going on there? Because don't worry, or know that the gods are involved. The High Priestess, what is a priest or a priestess? Really high or otherwise? Channels of divine energy, right? In the chessboard, I always think of them as the bishops, right? That they move in a way that nobody else can except for the king or queen, right? that diagonal move, that the gods shift the move, the priest, the priestess, the high priest, the high priestess around the board, right? And very, very powerful piece on the chessboard. But looking at that, that also says that there's intuition going on here, that there's that there are secrets, that there are things being revealed, and that there is absolutely something divine going on here. And why do I say that? Because it's right next to the card of forgiveness. Forgiveness itself is indeed an illusion. The divine doesn't need to forgive. But for where we are in the quantum game called human life on planet Earth, it is the only illusion that breaks us from illusion. Try and find something else, you know. Pinot Grigio only goes so far and eventually wears off, in my experience, said the dominant Dionysus archetype. So let's ask the masters, shall we? My masters, please, you've been so kind to me today so far. Songs on YouTube popping up, really giving me my guidance and my grace. Yeah, you should follow me on Facebook, y'all. I still have some room on there. I think, what is it, 2,000 is the limit. I think like less than 500 left because I post fun shit all day long. And on Instagram and Twitter and blah, 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 blah. But by all means, please subscribe to the channel. I'm building slowly but surely. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers that I can have super chat, super live chat, whatever the hell that is. It looks like fun. Yeah, and I think you can only get it when you get that far. You know, my past life son explained it to me a few weeks ago. And you know how our minds are. I'm 51 years old. I'm focused on my own balance. You know, I do my own readings and prayers before this, so I won't be in the reading. So I guess I shouldn't be shocked when I see it show up anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that last one, that Virgo. Afterwards, I was laughing my ass off. I laughed my ass off on camera. You didn't see me off. So, my masters, please. One card in clarity for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this relationship that they are in for the remainder of September 2019. Yeah, baby, we're focusing on love, right? So we've got both the scales, the balance aspect of Libra, as well as that Venus dealio going on. So is that love of ourselves? Is it that love of this femme fatale archetype? Remember, need not be female in gender, can be, need not be. That's just a funny one for me, that here we are. It's so much about this goddess archetype Libra bringing themselves into balance by really focusing on love. And it feels like love of self, but that's why we have these the last deck, the Whispers of Love, very clarifying. So let's do this now, please, my masters, for this femme fatale in relationship with this Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. In this relationship for the remainder of September 2019. What's going on? There is a mistake here, that they have made a mistake. Now, mistakes are perceptions, right? In unity consciousness, there are no mistakes, that everything helps everything, right? It's about strengthening a weakness sometimes, that wisdom doesn't come from always making the right decision, in your opinion, when the gods are in charge of the show, right? Really, if you look at the holographic nature of this world, Libra, you'll find that on balance, deliberate choice of words there, that we have to do both, right? We have to make mistakes in order to learn. And then in retrospect, we look back and say, well, did you know, could you tell? That was my favorite mistake. But man, did I learn from that? That was necessary. I couldn't have gotten where I am at this point to the top of the mountain without stumbling here and there and taking the wrong path, because there are no wrong paths in the quantum. The gods will reroute you. Trust me, they do. Which then allows us to live what? In a more loving, free, like, okay, well, I can't fuck up the divine plan, so let me choose love. Let me focus on love. Let me focus on live and let live, fairly take and fairly give. One of them, it's from the Wiccan Read poetic version, Doreen Valiente, if you're not familiar. I adopt that. I live that way. Live and let live, fairly take, fairly give. But remember, someone else's opinion of that balance, you do you. You can't do for anybody else in that way. So definitely this femme fatale is getting like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. What have I done? I made a mistake. Maw. Poor femme fatale. That's okay, you'll live to kill again. Last one down for this is vertical line, my masters, please, for this overall Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun relationship for the remainder of September 2019. What's going on here? Well, come hither. There's still an attraction there. There's still something going on there, right? So here you are. Here, we'll do it this way. Here you are in this place of love. But notice there's not another character in this. It's just you. So self-love, love of God, right? Love yourself. Love what you have. Love is all around. No need to waste it. I swear I was about to sing the entire Mary Tyler Moore theme song on that, bless her heart. Because, you know, you're being all loving, and the other here, the them, is like, oh my God, I've made a mistake. I am a mistake. I am a mistake. Well, you know, everyone makes mistakes, so yes, we do. Your sister and your brother and your dad and mother too. Okay, but this come hither, that this is not over. There's still a magnetic attraction, but remember, there's a choice to be made. Do you see the two? This is at a three-way crossroads. Akate, please pick up the white courtesy telephone. There is a decision here to be made. Will you run toward, or will you veer away? Veer away. What a great drag name. If that's not already taken, somebody should take that. Veer away. Well, they're telling me it already is a drag name. Okay, cool. Cool. Sorry, I'd like to put them back in order, even though you can't see them. Libra. Okay, here we go. Really interesting read, folks. I won't lie to you. This feels very complete. Let's get these whispers of love, because I love these whispers of love. Who do you love? What do you love? My collective pantheon of angels, gods, masters, and higher selves, please. One card for this collective Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in this relationship for the remainder of 2019. A whisper of love. Act as if your partner is here. Act as if your partner is here. Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Now, look, that's really wise in terms of your conduct, right? If you are in a committed relationship with somebody, well, then by all means, act as if your partner is here. If you're not in a committed relationship with somebody, there's this flirtation, this dance, this thing going on with this femme fatale. Well, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's an interesting thing. Well, what would I do if they were here? And whatever rises in you, deal with it, love it, embrace it. And if it's truly guidance and grace, not fear or any of the children of fear, right? Guilt, shame, remorse, revenge, any of that. Do the forgiveness work, do the alchemization, because then if it comes up, what would I do if my partner was here? I would tell them, hit the road, Jack, E, don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. So, you know, you're being prepared for something here, one way or the other, because to act as if your partner is here is saying that there is a partnership going on here. This has suddenly, to me, taken a rather romantic turn. Could be my own projection, perhaps, but that's why we're going to get two more cards down. Yeah, now I see how I could take this into an extended reading. You're right. I won't do that for this series. That's not fair to the previous 6 signs. My collective pantheon of angels, gods, and masters. Same thing. What's going on with this femme fatale in this Venus collective Sun, Moon, Rising Venus sign for the remainder of September 2019. Last one in my hand. Show simple acts of kindness. Think they will? I don't know. A simple act of kindness can energize and bring happiness to those around you. Now, if they are in this place of celebration and play, this femme fatale, for them to make a simple act of kindness, right? Show simple acts of kindness. That could go a long way for a Libra if that helps to balance the scales in this. But, you know, they might be coming from a place of mistake. So maybe that simple act of kindness you would consider just being an apology, a coming clean. For them, that might be just way too fucking much. For femme fatale, so much is in the shadow there, right? It's like, the thing about a femme fatale is they don't look fatal. Well, some of them do, but that's their allure, right? Like the Black Widow spider, right? Black Widow, Natasha. Love her. Don't we all just love Scarlett Johansson? Any empowered woman I love, because I am an empowered woman with purple hair and a beard and a penis. Hey, divine masculine, divine feminine. I'm divine feminine. One last card down, please. My collective guides, masters, teachers, gods, goddesses, saints, angels, totems, healers, and ancestors, higher selves, all y'all, please. The Libras need this. Please, for this overall Midas-Miser relationship, might be one being very generous, the other one withholding all sorts of shit. With this overriding angelic message and lesson of forgiveness, with the High Priestess saying a lot of this is veiled and it's being used by the divine in some way. So there's very, very strong come hither vibe here. There's definitely an attraction and it feels very mutual, but will you, won't you? Will you both go towards each other? Will one of you veer away? Will both of you veer away? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Miss Veer Away. Please, one card, a whisper of love. Put us out of our misery with this for the remainder of September 2019. Oh, fuck me. Really? Yeah, for you, you're going to love it. I'm not thrilled. True love. Well, true love needs truth. True love needs honesty, right? This is a once-in-a-lifetime love. Well, sorry, not sorry. There it is, you know? And so here you are. Act as if your partner is there. You're being tested, right? You're being weighed. Oh, they just showed me Ma'at with the scales. Your heart is being weighed. Now, I know you're supposed to get that at the end of this life when you croak, but how about Ma'at shows up all sorts of times at the ends of cycles to see if you need to repeat or not, right? And if they can just show some simple acts of kindness, right? Show simple acts of kindness, not... They've been giving me this all week. Holding up a boombox, playing Peter Gabriel outside their radio. That might be simple for some, but no, what do you do now? Hold up your cell phone? It's not the same. John Cusack. But with true love there. Oh my goodness gracious. True love. This is why I'm going to be doing this new spread for the true lovers, because the true lovers is full fifth dimensional unity consciousness within a romantic context, romantic sexual partnership thing that we all have true love relationships. My mother and I call her Hera. Hey, Mom. I have to call her later. Absolutely, we love each other truly, but I wouldn't call us true lovers in that sense, right? This is a little icky. Whoa, I just made my solar plexus go, no. My second chakra went, nope, kid. So this really does feel like a romantic partnership thing, but perhaps you are in separation. Perhaps there is some diddling around on the side that's not really healthy for the overall vibe, but it is part of the path. And though this is not framed as a path of true love reading or a twin flame reading or anything like that, in this relationship, there's really some things for you to consider, because you're the goddess finding balance through focusing on love and at the same time acting, not just thinking, acting as if your partner is there with you. And then we've got the other here, this femme fatale and celebration and just having a field day, and yet a mistake is being made, and if they can just show a simple act of kindness, might keep this thing going a little bit better, help it heal, right? Simple act of kindness from the soul can be so healing for all people involved, and really demonstrates love when it has that energy behind it, when it's not being used as bait, right? Because overall, this relationship, such huge opportunity for you individually. Like, if this doesn't go the way that you want, it's okay, because there's forgiveness there. And maybe that was what was going on all along, that this was a true twin flame, and that, you know, you're helping each other. You're learning how to transform yourself, heal yourself without this person, love yourself without this person, but that would be mutual. And yet, my God, that magnetic thing there. But is it true? Is it twin flame when we got the true love card presiding at the very last card down, as if to say, yeah, this is going to play itself out. True lovers don't always mean that you're together, but it does mean that the divine is present. And I think with this high priestess there, that's pretty evident. What can I tell you, Libras? I love you all so much. Do the best that you can with this. It's only until September 30th. There will be other readings that I'm putting out in the meantime. So you may want to go check your twin flame readings to see if there are contraindications there or supporting confirmations there. I don't remember those readings. I don't really even remember the readings I did except that last one, that Virgo one. I was like, oh crap. Holy crapopples. Yeah, check out your other readings. Now I have all of the zodiacal reads categorized in playlist by sun sign. Well, the zodiac sign, I should say. So you can really easily check out your sun, moon, rising. And I have a feeling put this one in your watch later, folks, because you might want to watch this mid to the end of this month. We're already midway through, so I guess that would be 3/4 of the way through. Cool, cool. I wish you the very best and the very blessed, my Libras. Have yourself a really, really good rest of the month, and please reach out and connect if you need a reading. I know the feel of this rather too well, so I'll be glad to be truly helpful and to serve. As a Virgo for sure, but as your Venus and Libra brother on the path. Cool, cool. Have a good one. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed day.